Hello Mila, hello Jack. Hello everybody else who's watching. Welcome to Storytime with Grandad. Today's book is from the Mr. Benn series, and this is Mr. Benn, Cook. It is a quiet morning in Festive Road, until a sweet-sounding tune tinkles down the street, and an ice cream van pulls up. Children gather excitedly to buy ice lollies. Mr. Benn decides to go for a walk to the costume shop, where adventures start from. In the shop, the shopkeeper smiles when Mr. Benn picks out a long white buttoned tunic with a tall chef's hat. Mr. Benn goes into the changing room, buttons himself into the costume, and steps into a dark, dingy street of tall, thin houses where small, thin children crouch in the doorways, huddling together for warmth and comfort. Mr. Benn is wondering what to do when ahead of him he sees cooks dressed as he is, all heading off somewhere. He follows. The collection of cooks walk through the city, up to the gates of a palace, past the guards, and in to the palace's kitchen, where hundreds of cooks are already busy cooking and basting, roasting and tasting. What can it all be for, wonders Mr. Benn. And then he finds out. Each time a cook has finished a dish, a fanfare is sounded, and the cook proudly bears the delight into a great hall where sits a concerned king, a distressed queen, and in between them a bored, grumpy, uninterested little princess, Annabella. And whatever the dish laid before her, and however much her parents extol its virtues, Annabella does not eat. She will not eat. Each time her parents send the dish back, mournfully, to a growing mound of uneaten delicacies, and the next cook tries their luck, but it is always in vain. "Excuse me," Mr. Benn says to a servant. "I have an idea. If the king will let me try it." "Anything," exclaimed the exasperated king. Mr. Benn tells the cooks to prepare a banquet, rushes out of the palace, runs down the streets of the city, and finds the poor hungry children. There's to be a feast at the palace, and you are all invited. He returns to the palace with the ragged and bedraggled hungry children, takes them into the imposing hall where the table is now piled high with fantastic foods, and tells them to help themselves. The children cannot believe their luck, and feast their eyes on the gorgeous fare. Then they tuck in. A boy offers Annabella a plate of cakes. The king and queen hold their breaths. She takes one, then another, and soon she is eating and laughing with the other children. "Can they come back next week?" she asks the king. "Of course, my dear, they can come every week." A man appears and asks Mr. Benn to take a spoon into the kitchen. He finds himself back in the shop. He thanks the shopkeeper, and with a smile walks home to Festive Road. The children here aren't hungry. The end. Goodbye, Mila. Goodbye, Jack. We'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.